Hey scholars, it's Miss G. We're going to jump into PBL number 2, assignments 3 and 4. Find your Discover and Connect page. It should be after the math that you did last week. Let's discover and connect. We're digging a little bit deeper into those math problems with finding unknown side lengths and areas of rectangles. And we're also going to start thinking about the design for our park. In the Discover and Connect page here, there are some questions for you to think about. What makes a park eco-friendly? Because remember, that's our focus. What do we need to put in our park to make it good for the environment? So you're going to read this passage about eco-friendly parks, and it includes a definition right here. An eco-friendly park is a park that encourages people to preserve natural resources and promotes eco-friendly lifestyle habits, such as recycling, okay? And so it preserves the natural world in its beauty. So trees, lakes, ponds, grass, things that people can enjoy, those people who like being outside. So what makes a park environmentally friendly? So here's a list of things that can be considered for making a park environmentally friendly. Energy efficient buildings, meaning that they're getting their power source from something else, maybe wind or water or the sun. Long-lasting materials, conserved natural areas, so these are areas that are saved from people being able to walk on them or touch them, so that the trees and plants can grow without any disturbance. Easy to plant and maintain and plants and landscaping. Organic mulch, fertilizers, and soil to help our plants grow big and strong, so we're not using any chemicals or pesticides. And then recycling bins in a park obviously help us to not litter. You can click on the link here if you're looking at it online, and you'll get the same passage with vocabulary words defined. Here you're going to find reduce, reuse, and recycle article, and you can read that as well. We've been talking about the 3 R's since we were in kindergarten. You're going to use that eco-friendly article on the Discover and Connect page to help you fill out your assignment for this week. This is a very important assignment. Gosh, my tongue is tied. You need to make sure that all of the elements are represented, or you will not get full credit. So let's break it down. So use the article you just read about eco-friendly parks to help you design your park, and then complete the chart. How can I make my park eco-friendly? So this is all about setting up, designing your park. Okay? There are 3 things that you need to accomplish. The first is listing 3 elements that you want to include in your park design. The second is to explain what makes it eco-friendly, and then the last is why you chose that element. Okay? So your park element should be a natural resource or something that conserves or saves resources. The second column should be what makes it eco-friendly, so what makes it good for the environment, so that's your explanation. And then again, your last column is your reason. The PBL came with an example of solar-powered park lights, but I added this because it could be a little bit tricky. The light itself is made by man, but the power is the sun. Okay, so the solar power stores up the sun's energy. What makes it eco-friendly is exactly that. The sun's energy is stored in the solar panels in order to power the light. And this is going to, in turn, reduce electricity costs. So Miss G went ahead and she did her 3 examples. My first one is succulents, which is another word for cactus or cacti. I said that they're environmentally friendly because they don't need a lot of water to survive. And I want to put these in my park for the same reason. They don't require a lot of water, and they come in different colors and shapes. I also want to include recycling bins. Families are going to come to the park, and they're going to maybe have lunch or have water bottles. And so I want to be able to separate the glass, plastic, and paper waste to keep the park clean. And again, this can separate the waste, and then it can be recycled and used for something else. And then a pavilion. A pavilion could be made out of recycled wood. It can be made out of bamboo. Anything that's already been used and that's sturdy. So something natural, okay, not steel or any kind of metal. We want to try and stick with wood. The material is reused if I use something that's already been recycled or reclaimed, and it may last longer. And then what the pavilion that would do is provide shade, and people can have family gatherings there. Okay, so that is what your chart should look like. You should have 3 elements: what makes it good for the environment and why you want to put it in your park. The next 4 pages is all about math. So I'm not even going to try and teach you this. The first page, you have your anchor. So you're finding the unknown side length. Okay. You need to follow the steps 1, 2, and 3. If you have some of your sides known, then you know that you need to add the sides that you have and then subtract it from the perimeter to get your missing side. If you have none of the sides at all, then you're going to use division to find it. Okay, so you divide the number of sides by the perimeter. So you have 2 problems on that one. The next page, again, is the same thing. Find the unknown side length. Use the anchor chart on the page previously to help you out. Again, if you have side lengths like in number 3 and you're missing one, then you need to add those together and then subtract from the perimeter in order to find your answer. Okay? And then you have 2 word problems. Make sure that you underline the important information in your word problems and include your unit of measure. This one is feet and this one is inches, so your answer should not just be a number, it should have your unit of measure as well. And then your last 2 pages are areas of rectangles. So you're looking at comparing the length and the width and using the graphic organizer to help you solve the problem. Okay? So remember to upload all 4 of your math pages together into one assignment, and that's assignment number 4, and then your chart is assignment number 3. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns about the work, please make sure you reach out to Ms. Hollins, Ms. Smith, or myself, and we'll be more than happy to help you guys out. All right. See you next time. Get working on those assignments and make sure you turn them in by Thursday. Bye.